Yep, I got that look on my face. Those of you who know me know that nothing good could be coming. I know my siblings right now, especially my sisters, are cringing, like, uh-oh, here he goes. And hence the reason I call this the Daily Rant. January 2nd. I hope everybody did their little workout yesterday. I was so impressed last night. My sister, and no sis, I won't post it. She's like, you better not post this. Sent me, it's about 7 o'clock last night, a video of her doing her 10 push-ups, and wow, I am blown away. Like I've mentioned numerous occasions, like we have such a close family. They make my day. They're just so great to be with. They're so funny, and I'm blessed with the best family ever. In saying that, I've never ever seen my sister do a push-up in her life. I've never seen her do any exercise in her life. She tells me every once in a while she'll get on the bandwagon. I'm speechless. They were perfect push-ups. Max, she didn't get her push-ups from me because, you know, my push-ups are far from perfect. Sis, kudos to you. She was hungover, remember, from New Year's Eve? And she still did her squats and her lunges. And last night she sent me a video of her push-ups, which were immaculate. So from there, I don't know where to go, but lots of questions, good. People are still tuning in, even though it's a holiday. Good for you. I'll try to answer some of them today. Too many of them to go through everything, but for those who know me, know I do a lot of public speaking, a lot of motivational speaking. I love doing that as well. It's January 2nd. Everybody's getting ready for a new year. As I mentioned yesterday, I thank COVID because I had a banner year. Everything just aligned, everything fell into place. And I'm just looking for even a better 2021. But 2020 for me was a great year. Just lined everything up for the year to come. So when I speak, you know, normally you try to pump people up. They want to know, you know, how and why you do certain things and how you got to a certain level and all those type of things. And it works across the board. Like it doesn't matter what industry you're in, sports, arts, business, it's all the same. And I'd like to get into this year, especially in January, the motivational part of health, because I don't think it's rocket science. And I've said push-ups, sit-ups, squats. If you can do those forever, you will be so healthy. Everybody wants to find a magic bullet or a magic exercise or a program, and it doesn't exist. I always tell people here's the motivation for the new year. You know how long it took to get this? 16 years of doing the same thing over and over and over and failing and trying to figure it out and failing and then moving to Europe and failing and going to the States on scholarship and failing. I've been all over the world for the better part of 20 years trying to figure out how to get that thing. And, you're not going to get healthy or fit in 3 months or 6 months or maybe even a year. Think of most people following here it's taken years to do the damage we've done. And no fault of your own. We've been duped by marketing. And, we've gone down the wrong path, and it's going to take a while to dig out of it. So my message to everyone this year, my motivational message, lower the bar. I know what you're thinking, like, well, wait a second, like most time you go to places, it's like, you got to raise the bar, you got to raise the bar. I think people raise the bar too high, and then they get, they don't reach their goals, and then they get disappointed, and they quit. So let's start by lowering the bar, because the number one thing for the reason that people do not achieve their goals is they set the bar too high. And the number one reason that people don't achieve their goals when I see them and I'm working with them is excuses. Like, you can make every excuse in the world you want, you know in your heart that every single time you make an excuse, I don't want to do those push-ups today, I'm too tired, I'm hungover. My sister, not an athlete, in her 30s, you owe me one, don't look a day over 38. You got to do it. Like, I can't come over there and do it for you. You got to do it. So many people cancel appointments, or like got family things, issues to deal with. I got work issues to deal with. Just lower the bar. It's that simple. Stop making excuses, make your goals lower, and you'll hit them. Okay? So let's not try to be an overachiever. Let's not try to achieve things that we know aren't possible because of our lifestyles. You know, we're all busy. I get it. But just don't think you're going to lose that 10 or 20 or 30, whatever it is, or reach that athletic goal if you make one excuse. You can't make one. Not one. So my goal is for everybody this year to do as little as possible, minimal effective dose, for as long as possible, and make it to the end of this year. We'll be sitting here next year this time and see how many people are still here, still with me. I'll be here doing the same thing, and use that as a foundation, not as the end goal. So, I mean, like I said, 16 years, just give it one, just to lay the foundation. Took me 16 years to lay or actually 13 to lay a foundation, and then 3 to actually get to where I wanted to go. So stop the excuses, stop lying to yourself. You can lie to me all you want. I don't give a shit. I mean, I got this, okay? So all your personal trainers out there with all these fancy programs, how many of them got one of those? Yeah, you can count them on one hand, okay? So stop the bullshit, stop the excuses. You miss a day, you're fucked, okay? So lower the bar. Start down here. Once you hit that, then you can think about raising it. But let's start at a realistic level. That's the beginning of my rant today, and I'll get to a few of the questions real quick. This is Patrick. Time of year, everybody's thinking, oh, okay, we got to get healthy, we got to do a cleanse. Cleanses are garbage, okay? Most cleanses are garbage. Now, don't get me wrong, there's probably 1 or 2 people out there who are really good and know what they're doing, but good luck finding them, okay? You're gonna have to do thousands of hours of research to find somebody who actually knows what they're doing, even though they all proclaim they do. You don't need a cleanse, okay? Here's my first tip of the new year: broccoli sprouts. Most people have never heard of them. You can get them in the supermarket. I get them at Metro here in Canada, in Toronto. Broccoli sprouts contain something called sulforaphane, okay? Sulforaphane is a compound that cleanses the liver. The liver is what cleanses your body. It detoxifies you. There's your cleanse. Keep your liver clean. We've talked about liver with fats and fructose and all those type of things. Keep your liver functioning properly, and you will feel so much better. So go out. It's $1.99 for a couple days supply. You just throw it in your salads. You'll see it in my salads all the time. Maybe it was hidden underneath, so I never mentioned it, but broccoli sprouts. That's your detox for most people, okay? That's a great start. No pills, no like that. I don't like for people to rely on a magic pill. Like, what can I do for this? What can I do for that? If I take this pill I've heard about, most of garbage, as you know. So try to stay with food. There are a few things, and I mentioned you should be having your vitamin D with K2. Most people are deficient in that. Magnesium, most people are deficient in that. Those are the things, if they're missing, then something is breaking along the chain, and you're gonna have a harder time. Because they have so many biological functions in the body. So you need those things, and it's not in the food. So you should be taking those, and just, like I said, broccoli sprouts. Simple solution to that one. Oats. I try to stay away from oats. A couple of reasons. I don't eat any gluten. Not that I'm celiac or gluten intolerant, but it goes further than that. Most people are gluten intolerant, not because they were born that way. It's the food. Okay. Most grains are sprayed with glyphosate. We've talked about before, glyphosate just destroys your gut. You're not absorbing nutrients, you're having all type of inflammatory diseases, which lead to all of our ailments, and our immune system is one cell thick beneath our gut lining. So I don't eat gluten. Most oats, as a matter of fact, just read an article this morning to read up on this. Out of 135 in the states that were tested, 100% of them contain gluten. So you want to stay away from that, mostly because of the glyphosate. And even if it's gluten-free and organic, maybe not organic, but there's some brands out there, do the research, that are that don't use glyphosate. Glyphosate is the most destructive compound right now, destroying the gut. And your gut's destroyed, your immune system's destroyed. What they do on oats is they spray it to help the drying process, so they can harvest it faster and keep it all even, so they can get it out to us. Well, not us, not me, you. So oats, even though you can get the gluten-free brands, are still mostly, unless they're specifically stated, not sprayed with glyphosate, which is so destructive to your gut. So, it's not the gluten itself, it's what's on the gluten. The other question is not something I usually go into too much: eye health. So, I don't know a lot about eye health, but I do know the protection of your eyes is just antioxidants. Especially with nowadays with all the screens we're using and indoor lighting and things like that. So people's eyesight is getting worse than it was in the past, mainly because of this thing right here, the iPhone. So astaxanthin, a lot of you wouldn't have heard of that. It's probably the best antioxidant for eye health. I can't remember who asked the question, sorry. But get yourself some astaxanthin if you have eye problems and you spend too much time on the phone. Also, blue light blocking glasses. Those are the two best things I can tell you to do if you're spending a lot of time on your computer, on your screen, to protect your eye health as not only you age, but just the more time you use those devices. Alrighty, overtime, TBA.